Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. My friends, I have some breaking immigration news coming out of the United States of America that will affect all Caribbean travelers to the US and all African travelers to the US. My friends, in this video I will explain to you exactly what this breaking news is. The United States of America has imposed a 30-day limit on travelers from the Caribbean and from Africa, and also other foreign nationals. And this 30-day travel restriction says, sometimes they give you 6 months to visit a country. Well, hear this now. That Donald Trump would have changed that. Even though your visa may be stamped 6 months entry to stay or 3 months to stay in the US to visit for tourism purposes, Donald Trump administration is now saying after 30 days you will have to register with the government. Take your fingerprint pictures, whatever you have to do to register in the United States. I don't understand this rule. I thought when you get a visa, that is all the registration you need. But no, if you're visiting the United States for 30 days or more, you will have to register with the United States. And this took effect as of April 11th, 2025. The United States has implemented a new registration requirement for certain foreign nationals staying in the country for 30 days or more. This policy, part of the Trump's administration immigration enforcement efforts, mandates registration with the Department of Homeland Security and in some cases submission of biometric data. So who must register? The registration requirements applies for Caribbean foreign nationals, African foreign nationals, other foreign nationals aged 14 or older who were not registered or fingerprinted when applying for a US visa and who remain in the US for 30 days or longer. Parents or legal guardians of foreign nationals under 14 who will remain in the US for 30 days or more, they must register on behalf of the child. Foreign nationals who turn 14 while in the US, so Caribbean and African foreign nationals who turn 14 while in the US, they must register within 30 days after their 14th birthday. Also, visa-exempt Canadian nationals entering the US for business or tourism at the land port entry who are not issued a form, an I-94 form, and who remain in the US for 30 days or more. So Trump is also cracking his whip on Canadians. Remember the chaos they had with Canada, that Trump wanted to make Canada the 51st state. Foreign nationals, including all Caribbean foreign nationals and all African foreign nationals present in the US, including those who entered on a US visa or were issued a permanent resident card, a green card, an I-94 submission record, an employment authorization document, or border crossing card, are considered already registered and generally will not need to take further action under the new process. So Caribbean and African foreign nationals who has a green card already, you have a permanent residence card, you would have submitted your I-94 admission record, and you have an employment authorization document. You would have registered already. If you have these documents, you would have registered already, so there would be no need for you to register again. What is the registration process? Eligible individuals must register online with the Department of Homeland Security. The process includes providing personal information and in some cases undergoing biometric data collection and background check. Upon successful registration, individuals over age of 18 who receive evidence of registration, which they must carry at all times. So if you're visiting the US on vacation and you register, you must carry these documents at all times to say that you would have registered. So visiting the US now is almost like going to prison. You have to do all of these things, register, walk with the documents all the time. I mean, is it worth it to go through all of this, my friends? For me, I am not up to doing all of that visiting the US. Penalties. What are the penalties? Penalties for non-compliance. If you are in the US on vacation for more than 30 days and you have not registered and they don't have your biometric data or anything like that when you got the visa, you will be penalized. Here are the penalties. Failure to comply with the registration requirements can result in significant consequences, including fines up to $5,000, imprisonment for 6 months, up to 6 months, deportation, and bans from re-entry into the US. The Department of Homeland Security has emphasized strict enforcement of this policy, warning that those who do not comply risk fines or prosecution. So the US are treating tourists like criminals now. Everybody who wants to visit the US is a criminal now. Well. What are the impact on the former US friends, the Canadians, my friends? This policy notably affects Canadians, snowbirds, individuals who spend extended periods in the US. So if you're from Canada and you normally go to the US for 5-6 months to stay there, this will affect you. Individuals who spend extended period in the US during the winter months. Historically, Canadians have enjoyed visa exemption and verbal inspection at land borders to the US without formal documentation. Under the new rule, Canadians who enter the US via land border and did not receive a document from US Customs and Border Protection are now required to register with the US government if this stay exceeds 30 days. The Canadian Snowbird Association has expressed concerns over the change and is actively seeking to amend the requirements and secure exemptions for Canadian travelers. What are my recommendations? Recommendations. Foreign nationals planning to stay in the US for 30 days or more. This is what you should do. You should determine if they are subject to the registration requirement. You must do proper research to see if you must register. Complete the registration process promptly to avoid penalties. Carry proof of registration at all times if you are over the age of 18. Consult with an immigration attorney if they have concerns about their status or the registration process, my friends. This is serious business in the United States of America. Effective a few days ago, on April 11th, 2025, all travelers to the United States of America who have not done their fingerprinting and biometric data will now be required to register in the US while in the US. I have never heard anything like that, my friends. Let me know what you think about this topic. If you're watching for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel. On this channel, the mission of this channel is to bridge the gap between the African continent and the African diaspora. We are one people separated by a brutal European Transatlantic Slave Trade and colonialism, my friends. Visiting the US have become a chore. Why would any tourist want to go through all that hassle, my friends? I wouldn't want all that hassle. The reason why people travel is to relax. So imagine you're traveling to the US for more than 30 days now. You have to register in the US. You have to get your documents, then you have to walk with your documents at all times. Every time you leave the house, you have to have your documents with you. The world is changing rapidly, my friends, especially under this new Donald Trump administration. My friends, to support this channel, you can register and become a member of my channel. Since we're talking about registration and so, all you have to do, click the link in this description box and register to join my channel as a channel member. And I promise you, the registration process is easier on my channel to become a channel member than Donald Trump immigration registration form. I also have a travel channel. You can go on over, click the link here in the description box and go on over and subscribe to that channel. I post videos every day reacting to breaking news that affect the African continent and the African diaspora. The African continent is made up of 54 African countries, from South Africa up to Zimbabwe, across to Botswana, Namibia, up to Zambia, Kenya, Uganda, DR Congo, Nigeria in West Africa, Ghana, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, the Gambia, Senegal, Rwanda, Burundi, Mozambique. My friends, we are one people. Ethiopia in East Africa, even up to North Africa, Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, Libya. All Africans, my friends. The African diaspora includes the Caribbean nation islands from Jamaica all the way down to Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Barbados, the Eastern Caribbean, which includes St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Dominica, Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, Montserrat, Anguilla, the Virgin Islands, also Haiti, Belize in Central America also. You also have African Americans. You're a big part of the African diaspora as well, my African Americans, brothers and sisters. You have Afro-Canadians, Afro-Europeans, Afro-British, Afro-Brazilians, Colombians. We're a massive diaspora. So what I'm saying, mission of this channel is to bridge that gap between the African continent and the African diaspora. We are one people separated by a European transatlantic slave trade and colonialism, my friends. Thank you for watching this channel. I post videos every day reacting to breaking news that affect our people worldwide. Let me know what you think about this topic by commenting your thoughts and opinion. Let's have a wonderful interactive conversation. Like the video, share it with all your friends and family. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel. My name is Beyond. This is Beyond Uncut, and I'll see you again tomorrow in the next video. Bye-bye.